Did I waste $9 on this knockoff Nendoroid Spongebob figure I found on AliExpress? Only one way to find out. Today we're taking a look at... Oh, that's not right. There we go, that's better. Today we're taking a look at this $9 knockoff third-party, whatever you want to call it, SpongeBob figure I got off AliExpress. I really wanted the Nendoroid SpongeBob. I'm normally not into Nendoroid stuff. I don't have any Nendoroid stuff because they're kind of more chibi and that's not really my thing. It doesn't really fit into my collection. But for SpongeBob it works. This is just a normal looking SpongeBob figure, but these things are 60 bucks. I don't necessarily want to pay 60 bucks for a SpongeBob figure. But when I saw this guy, $9 on AliExpress, I just couldn't help myself. He comes with Gary, seems to come with a few good accessories, so let's bust him open and see how it turned out. So, typically you get these things from AliExpress that come from China. This thing was packaged pretty decently, but the box is still pretty beat up. So I don't recommend anything off AliExpress for any mint in box collectors. Definitely not. So like I said, I don't have any experience with any Nendoroid figures. I don't have anything necessarily to compare it to. We'll compare it to some other fun figures here in a little bit. So you open it up, you get a nice little tray here where you can see everything. You get a stand. I imagine the stand works. It's not very extravagant looking. We'll get to that. Let's get SpongeBob out of here and, well, first impressions, this is a cool looking figure. It's nice bright yellow and vibrant. His eyes pop. I do have, oh, I thought that was a little scratch on one of the eyes, but it was like a string I wiped away. It looks pretty good. I'll have some close-up shots of this guy, but that looks really nice. Let's see what kind of articulation you get. Okay, something I'm seeing right here. So you guys will have to let me know in the comments. Is it normal? Is this a normal joint for a Nendoroid? For it to be that circular joint right there, where the arm can just pop off? It pops right back on, but I don't know how normal that is for these figures. So when you're trying to get his arms up, you're gonna have a hard time really doing that. It's gonna pop off, but it is possible. I don't know if it's just my copy that doesn't really want to do it. If you really don't want to twist it, you can always pop it off. And 1 second. Like I was saying, if it pops off, you can just pop it back on pretty easy. It does seem like that's a really tight joint with mine, where those arms don't necessarily want to go all the way up. But I guess you could just turn the arm and lift it that way. Yeah, that's an easy solution. So maybe I'm just making things more complicated. That wouldn't be the first time. So, yeah, his arms move up. You get some swivel in the legs, and the legs do all pop off. So it comes with some extra pieces here. Let's see here. Let's take a look at everything else we got. And while I'm setting him down, let's see how easy this guy is to stand. Stands okay, but like I said, he comes with this nice little stand here. So I think the coolest accessory here is Gary. So that looks nice. Gary the snail. You can't have SpongeBob without Gary. And the paint apps on mine are pretty good. There's some blue and green bleeding over. SpongeBob fell on the table here. Bleeding over. So that's not completely clean right there. But I can get over that. Like I said, $9 bucks. Yeah, there's some debris I gotta wipe off of this guy. But yeah, it's pretty good. You have him on SpongeBob's head like that. That's cool. See a nice size comparison between them right there. SpongeBob also comes with an extra faceplate right here. So, got a mouth open, mouth closed, both happy. I believe all these eyes are interchangeable. You can, yep. They're kind of hard. You might want like a flathead screwdriver or something to help pop them out. But you can pop them out. That's not terrifying looking there. SpongeBob does not want to stand up. You're going to need that stand, guys. And yeah, so all the eyes are interchangeable. And speaking of interchangeable eyes, it's kind of like squinty eyes, I guess. You get his hat. It looks like, yeah, there's a tab here, a little plastic tab that will, so I think what you're supposed to do is kind of open him up a little bit there. Put that plastic tab in there and then close it. And then that hat's in there. So that looks pretty good. Then you can just pull it right out. Comes with his hand holding the Krabby Patty here, so I assume you just pop his hand off, and voila, you've got SpongeBob holding the Krabby Patty right there. So it is, like I said, kind of hard to get that arm to move out completely, but that's a nice accessory. Next you get a spatula holding hand, and the spatula is a separate piece, so you can just have it out and sitting to the side. You can have him doing a thumbs up, I guess, if you want. But let's pop that on that same arm right there. There we go. Next, you get these separate arm pieces with like the bend at the elbow. So let's pop off. So all the parts swap out really easy, but the downside is mine. Like that one right there, that's really loose on that bend on the arm. And with the bent, it's popping apart again. But even with the bent arms and the other arms, all the hand pieces, you can swap them out, like the fists. You can put them on the straight arms if you want. This guy does not want to stay together. And you also have a left-handed thumbs up, so let's pop that on. And there's the left-hand thumbs up hand on the figure right there. Oh man, it's just falling apart, all these pieces. I gotta say so far. $9 is $9. It's cheaper than the 60, but overall, so far, guys, I don't know. So far, he is frustrating me. So let's see here. Oh, you got one bent leg here. It's kind of odd. Let's put that together. Oh my gosh.
3 hours later.
There we go. You can have him kind of running if you want. That's a lot of work to go through. For just a bend at the leg. So but that's where your stand comes, you know, into play as well. Oh, before we get into the stand, actually, oh my gosh, look at that, the mouth. I don't know why they made the mouth interchangeable. There's not another mouth, but the mouth comes right. That is utterly terrifying. And then like this side isn't any better. That's woof. But yeah, that mouth pops right off, right there. So let's put this other faceplate on. There we go. See what that looks like. And said all the eyes are different. Let's put the original one back on. You can kind of see what these kind of like baby doll eyes look like on that faceplate. Let me take these eyes off of this one. It doesn't look right. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't like these eyes on it at all. It's kind of looking to the side. The arm fell off again. But the paint on this one right here is really sloppy. I'm not a fan of that. It bleeds over like onto the eyelid. That doesn't look good at all. I mean, it's looking to the side. You can mix and match the eyes too. I don't know why you would. That would look kind of weird. I don't like those eyes. Again, you might want to use a flathead screwdriver to pop these eyes out. That was a little annoying. And now, let's take a look at how he fits on the stand. So, pegs in on that side right there. This piece, this other plastic piece, just caps on right there with the pegs sticking out. And then SpongeBob has this peg hole on the back of his head. And it works. Yeah, it works. It doesn't hurt to have something to help stand him up. And also if you want him like in like a running pose or a jumping pose, I suppose that works. Probably will use this stand because the legs are pretty loose and I feel like they'll probably get looser with time. So yeah, that's how it looks. A decent stand. There's several different pegs here where you can move it around. And if you have like more of these types of figures, I assume the regular Nendoroid would fit. There's also screws where I assume you can tighten them if you want to tighten any of this and get them in like a more jumping pose or straight up pose. But yeah, it's not a terrible stand. So SpongeBob does come out to right at 3 3/4 inches tall. And for some quick size comparisons, here he is next to the Jada Toys Chester Cheetah, the World of Mario 4-inch line, Super Mario, the Darkwing Duck from Diamond Select. I'm going to stand up straight. The Knockoff Ted figure that I have reviewed. Go check that review out on the channel. And the SH Figure Arts movie Deadpool. So, guys, my honest opinion on this $9 knockoff. I have two ranges of thought. For me, this works. It's infuriating to pose around and everything is gonna fall apart. It's not a great figure. It is not. It's not. For me, it works because I'm a casual SpongeBob fan. I'm gonna put it on the stand, put Gary next to him or on his head, and it's gonna do what I need it to do. However, if you're a big SpongeBob fan and you want a great SpongeBob figure, and if you have $60 to spend, like on the original, just go ahead and do it. Don't waste the $9 on this if you have the $60 and you're a huge SpongeBob fan. If you're more of a casual fan like me, you don't want to spend the $60, the $9, it works. Just don't expect it to be perfect, but for $9, why would you? But if you do want to see something that's perfect, go ahead and click this video right here to watch my review on the new SH Figure Arts Gohan figure.